I don't want to jinx him, but there's a lot of talk that 2010 is going to be Mark Webber's year. Australia's only Formula One driver is not only at the top of his game, he's finally racing a really fast car. And when I say fast, I mean 340 kilometres an hour fast. The man is a speed machine and filthy rich because of it. But Mark Webber isn't a life in the fast lane kind of guy. He's just a boy from the bush who likes his mates, loves his lady, and lives for the roar of engines in the morning. Barcelona is the perfect place for a quiet day off. But for Mark Webber, the Spanish countryside and petrol fumes are calling. And there's nothing quiet about his day away from Formula One.
I thought we were getting away from the noise today.
Well, you'll learn very quickly with me, Tara. There's always noise. Boys and their toys, eh?
Yeah. Don't you feel any pressure to go that fast?
I won't be going that quick, don't worry, at all.
Put Mark behind the wheel of almost anything and he can't help himself. He's supposed to be relaxing with friends, but this is a race car and this is a racetrack, and he wants to conquer both.
Did you break it?
No, more petrol.
Oh.
It reminds me of the old days again. Dad, more petrol.
From the dinky dirt buggy to the Formula One car. And there's no chance of running out of petrol these days. It's the flashiest of car racing, the most expensive of sports. And this year, Mark Webber wants to be world champion. And at 340 kilometres an hour in his Red Bull racing car, he might just do it.
I'm a normal sort of bloke away from the track, and when you, of course, put the helmet on, you're sort of a different person, and you do get very, very competitive, and you care about your results.
Did you ever, or do you ever doubt your ability?
You're very, very sure that you're doing, the best job. How can someone be doing a better job than me? How can someone be quicker than you? But that's the way that you're probably wired up.
It's certainly a pretty vicious bit of kit. It looks like a toy car, obviously, but when they're up and running, they really are phenomenally quick.
True Grand Prix fans would give anything to be standing here in the Red Bull pit garage with a sneak peek of the RB6, the team's secret weapon for this year's championship.
Everything's been tested, absolutely everything. We've got engines, we've got tyres.
Today at the Catalunya track just outside Barcelona, Mark and teammate Sebastian Vettel are the test pilots.
You have to look at him come along here, you want to block your ears.
Okay.
Putting into practice the hard off-season work of the Red Bull team's engineers and mechanics.
Here it comes.
If everyone gets their bit right...
Wow. Was that good?
No,
that was bad.
good.
And with a bit of luck tossed in, this car will be faster and more reliable than all its competitors.
So every individual who's part of the team feels the responsibility. I mean, if they're slow,
Yes.
they can ruin the day for you.
Yeah, it's Grand Prix. Unfortunately, we don't have any rewind buttons. It's not like TV where we can do it again.
Oh, we never do it again.
Pretty soon, it's Mark's turn in the testing hot seat, and there's no laughing now. This is big business. Just this one team alone costs several $100 million a year to run, so Mark needs to be at his focused best.
Here he comes. And there he goes. This being a test day, there are no crowds here in Spain, but Mark Webber is driving as if the place is full.
Not everyone can be a Formula One driver, obviously. What makes you able to do it?
I think the desire and the tenacity, I suppose, to just not give up, keep pushing down those fences that are there, and people that constantly keep riding you off. Obviously, that's just fuel on the fire, really, and keep that drive and the end goal, really.
To be a top Formula One driver is the dream of many that's denied to most. Mark was a kid from Queanbeyan, good on go-karts, with a dad who encouraged his need for speed.
Webber dives straight down the inside, superb car control on the brakes.
At 19, he moved to England for more experience and teamed up with manager Anne Neal. She was quick to see his commercial appeal. How did you pitch someone who was untested?
Oh, I had to do it on his looks. I did, seriously. We got him into a studio with lights and everything, and because I didn't have any results to hang onto the door for him. He had nothing really. Keith wants to take this tree down.
And despite their 13-year age difference, it wasn't long before Mark and Anne's business partnership turned personal. Well, dare I ask, how did it go from professional to private?
We got on well, and I suppose it was a natural progression, really.
We started holding hands and it went from there.
You feel very comfortable talking about this, don't you?
That's fine, it's
Like to see you blushing.
birds and the bees happen, I mean, yeah, it just worked out that we obviously were pretty fond of each other, and then it went from there.
Good boys. Simba. Come on, good boys.
Home for Mark and Anne is a beautiful estate in the English countryside.
No, Sheddy. Shadows.
Okay, so the Stag, the most successful enterprise ever.
While around the corner, Mark's even achieved that great Australian dream of owning his own pub.
Because you guys like it, but I guess you get free meals, do you?
We do, and so will you. So come and
It's called the Stag, and it's part of his retirement
This is a
plan.
pub. And here's one of our locals, Nigel.
Also, if the racing career comes to an end, you can come here and prop up the bar.
Yeah, I'll try and pop the bar up, but I'm not a very good drinker at the moment, so I need to improve on that when I stop racing, I think.
Further up the road is Mark's workplace, Red Bull Racing headquarters.
Do you actually know what any of these machines do?
I know they're pretty trick and they can build things really, really quick.
He might be the public face of the team, but it takes 450 others to make him and the car stand out.
It's tiny. I just can't, I really cannot get over how little this is.
Yeah, it's certainly built for speed, not for comfort. It's very much a tight package.
It's a sleek operation run by Christian Horner, Mark's boss and great supporter. Is there anything particularly Australian that he brings to this team?
His accent and the fact that the end of every sentence ends with mate, even remarkably on the radio. It's quite funny because they ask him how the balance of his car is, and at speeds of over 200 miles per hour plus, it's always, well, I've got a bit of understeer, mate.
Driving for Red Bull, 2010 is being touted as Mark Webber's big year, but his career almost ended before it began. In 1999, before Formula One, he was asked to drive in the famous Le Mans race for Mercedes-Benz. It should have been his big break, but it almost broke him. At 300 kilometres per hour, his race car literally took off.
When people say that it all flashes before you, everything slows down, and you think it's going to be your time to not be around anymore, then that's exactly what happened.
So as time slowed down for you, did you actually think this was the end?
Oh, yeah.
Remarkably, it happened again to Mark a day later. And then a teammate flipped a third car before Mercedes finally admitted to its bad design. Strangely enough, Mark's worst crash happened a long way away from the car track. What were you doing? Why did you ride into a four-wheel drive?
Yeah, God, it was amazing. We were having such a good day, and then I just sort of looked up and saw a car.
It was 2008, and at his own cancer charity event in Tasmania, Mark collided with a four-wheel drive and shattered his leg and broke his shoulder. Could it have been a career ender?
Yeah, absolutely. The bloke upstairs dealt me a pretty tough card that day, and so I had to get over it.
And get over it he did. Just 7 months later, at the German Grand Prix, driving for Red Bull Racing, Mark Webber scored his first Formula One victory. After 8 frustrating years and 130 starts, Mark's elation was completely understandable.
Yeah, that's the German Grand Prix from last year, so yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, what did that feel like when you got to hold
Oh,
it?
special, yeah. I wasn't
And the
too bothered
trophies
about
kept
what the
coming
trophies looked
last
like, to be
year.
honest. When I won Brazil down there, I mean, those trophies aren't the prettiest things in the world, but still mean a lot, obviously, to us. So, yeah, it's...
Now comes the greatest challenge on Mark's list.
Right at the top is trying to win a world title, which is not impossible. I can do it, but you need everything. You need everything there, and so we'll see how we go this year.
This feels a bit like the lives of the rich and famous. Really?
Even though Mark hasn't won a world championship yet, it's estimated he still makes about $10 million a year from racing.
After you. Go for it.
That makes him our second highest earning sports star after Greg Norman.
You're not uncomfortable about the trappings of your success, though, are you?
I must say, every time I still get on a private plane, I feel not that comfortable with it.
Today, it's a flight from England to Salzburg, Austria.
Yeah.
Good life. And a late night appearance for sponsor Red Bull on Austrian television.
Und vom Team Red Bull Racing zu uns gekommen, ebenfalls alter bekannter Teamchef Mark Webber.
In Europe, Mark Webber is very well known.
Thank you. Thank you, no problem.
And while he's flattered by the attention, he's really happiest being a homebody with Anne. Well, one of the headlines I read about Mark criticised him for being too tall, too intelligent and too faithful.
What, to be a Formula One driver?
Yeah, basically. And I wasn't sure if I should read too boring into that.
No, he's not boring.
You sure?
No, I'm absolutely sure he's not boring.
So what we see is what we get. There is no secret playboy going on here.
I'd say so. I'd say it's exactly what you get. But of course, don't get me wrong. See a nice looking bird. You know, it's great to have a look at it. You know, in terms of that's you know it's
Works both ways, isn't
yeah,
it?
exactly. So it's natural.
So you look. Do you ever touch?
Of course not. I'm very, very happy with what I have.
It takes a lot of manpower to control the horsepower of a Formula One car, and Mark is probably the fittest driver going around. And at 33, he has to be. He's getting on in the sport, and he knows this year may be his best and last chance to grab the top spot.
I want to be in control of when I do stop. I don't want to be pushed, or you don't want to be starting to get blown away by guys you know you shouldn't be getting blown away by.
But you're not stepping aside yet.
That's right, no, and I don't like to see drivers stay on longer than they probably should do. That's something which I hope I don't do, and please tell me if I do.
I'll give you a call.